shield, and it was another person who wouldn't put a ring on the finger. And when I got to the audition for Lincoln Heights, I think I was really just concerned about, I had a baby, and I was like, I was gonna do this little side business to make some money, and I was just really not even stressing over the audition. It was like literally like, okay, good, I'm done. Oh, this guy Russell, oh, he's cool, he's cute. You know, just went in, did it, and like went home and was like not even thinking about it.
Yeah,
because
that's funny because I have to say I was in the same place because I had just told my mom, I wanted to film. I was kind of like, okay, well, this is just another audition. You know, this is going to be my last audition for television, so
right.
I'm just go in and, you know, do me. So,
because desperation kills you.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you, the thing about when you move to Hollywood and a lot of people are desperate to get a job, desperate to have an opportunity, and you go in for a big audition and you kill it with your own desperation and need and anxiety. That's why it's so important to get your support system, whether it's your family, whether it's your church, to get a job so you can pay the bills, so you're not stressing about DWP as the light company. You get out there, you know, just, so you can't go into an audition with all that stress because you can smell it. And
self-sabotage.
And that way you don't get really self-conscious. You can just, you know, just do you.
And I think you achieve that through, you know, kind of going in knowing that, okay, that's for me, I will get it. So.
And another thing that's very important, don't get tricked up by the parties. I had a lot of friends when I moved to LA saying that you can be directors and producers at parties, and yes, you can. You can be lots of them. Yeah. They would pay you lots of attention. Yeah. They would give you their card and their phone number, and you can email and text them, but that will get you nowhere in the long run.
There's people get old in Hollywood really quickly and they don't realize it. It's because agents, managers, lawyers, directors, they all have a budget to take you out and party. Yeah. And so because you get to be in the crowd doesn't necessarily translate into a job. Our guests are on a timetable, so I want to just wrap it up with images of Black women. We saw the nomination of two Black women for an Academy Award. And to some, that signaled that things are changing, that the industry is somehow changing and that that's a marker. I'm wondering if you have any thoughts about that. And I know you do.
You know, it's bittersweet. I'm very happy for those nominations, but it's great. It's great. It's great to be recognized because people have been playing those types of roles for many years and not being recognized. So the fact that they're being recognized is fantastic. And we hope that it leads to a more diversity of roles, different types of characters. It's hard for women in the industry in general in terms of the types of characters that come out, but I think it's exciting. You get better roles on television. If you look like the new shows that they have on TV, there are Black women are doing a lot of different things now. I think that Michelle Obama is going to have a large ripple effect in the television, certainly in television, because they're already, I get a lot of calls, like, you know, we need a Michelle Obama type. And that you know, didn't exist before, you know, before Obama. So I do think that it's going to change. I mean, I'm not terribly excited about those particular characters, but the roles, I mean, the fact that they're being recognized is just huge. And that is a really big deal. That's been really the sky is the limit in terms of what we can create, but it's such a male-driven field. If you take a look at most of the films, most of the action films, where they have Black people or Latino, it's mostly male. There's one girl. And I say girl because she's usually 20 with, you know, you know, she's a model / actress. And it's that type of field, and because mostly men go to the movies, it all breaks down into marketing. There's 4 quadrants. You have men under 25, men below and above 25, women below and above 25. Women don't usually go to the movies, except they prove that wrong with Sex and the City. So now you get a lot of these 40+ movies like, oh, we can get women now. But they pretty much, there's men running things, and they're making it for men, and so that's kind of how the machine works. So how do you break into that when you're a writer? So what are you going to write? You're going to write your coming-of-age story about this Black woman. Well, who's going to go see it? Who's going to fund it? So it's really being very honest about what the landscape of the industry is in the business. But to be recognized, Taraji and Viola,
huge. Because I want to keep you on schedule, I'm going to open the floor to questions, if you don't mind. Do you have questions for our guests? Okay.
I'm really into acting. I'm part of the AEC Drama Ministry. This year I went to the pageant, the Miss Black USA pageant, and my talent was acting, and I'm really passionate about it. But it's just like now, it's the transition stage, I guess. So kind of like going into, this summer I wanted to go into an internship to get experience. But how do I, after college, how do I continue to keep up the endurance of wanting to get into the business, even though I haven't done anything huge yet? So where do I make that connection or that transition?
Well, we all got to start somewhere. And I would say, get your experience. Whether I'd say start with theater. Theater is where it blossoms. That's where you really learn your art, your craft. And once you feel as though you're kind of ready to start going on auditions and things like that, there's a book of agencies that you can find, and you send your picture out to these agencies. And if they don't have anyone that looks like you, they will then call you in for an interview, and you'll sit down and, at that point, it's kind of based on you whether you'd like to be at that agency. Now, if you find an agency that's looking for money from you up front, that's not who you want to go with. Usually an agency takes anywhere from 10 to 15% out of what you make. Right. Well, managers are 15. So 10% out of what you make. So.
And you can get an agent here in Atlanta. You can start right now.
Yeah. Right, absolutely.
And then most definitely you can get your experience here. I think
you got Tyler Perry.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Work it out.
I just wanted to ask, I guess, all of you, how do you balance it all? Because I know, I have a normal life, and my life is hard to balance. So I was thinking when you were saying you were in school and everything, and your GPA is really good. So I was like, how do you balance it all? And I watched the show; it's really good.
Thank you. Well, for me, it's hard. Sometimes, I know it stresses my mom out. She's like, Ryan, because I put track on my plate too, and my mom is like, Ryan, you need to take something off. So it's really hard. Luckily, I have some teachers who are on my side, and they are willing to work with me. When I am on set, I have a tutor on set, and I will get my work from my teachers, and I will do a week's worth of work. I'll complete that and send it in, and I'll get work back. So it's a lot. I don't get as much sleep as I would like to, but I kind of feel as though the hard work and the effort that I'm putting forth, I'm gonna gain it back. And I feel like this is what I love to do. So yeah, it's doable if you want to go for it, but it's hard, but it's doable.
Really, it comes down to time management and really setting a schedule. This is anything. We're doing the show. I have a 3-month-old baby. I have a 4-year-old. I have a husband. I have my personal life. You don't even know what you're capable of, actually, because I thought I was busy before I had kids. No, seriously, I thought I was busy. I thought I didn't have enough time. Ask the kids. That's when you realize, you're much more capable than you know. Because I'm doing more now than I ever did single, let alone, now. It really comes down to get a calendar, just get it on your computer, and schedule it. And the first thing you really should schedule, ladies, is some me time. You must have me time, pamper me time. You guys take care of yourself. You don't get any golden eggs if you don't take care of the goose. Okay, don't forget that, because so many times women, we run ourselves down and we take care of everybody but ourselves, but we have to put ourselves first and schedule it. I recommend, get it on your phone. Schedule it. That's a big thing. Schedule everything to the hour. And if you really ain't no like me, you just look at how many hours you have in a week and just start to break it up and really start to see how long does it take you to do a certain thing. And when you start to time it, you might realize that, this only takes me 15 minutes, so I can schedule that in here. And it's nice, because especially if you schedule in your me time, you're going to relax, and you can get a lot of stuff done. You think you're busy.
I actually have kind of like a two-sided question. Like, I've had training and things like that, but what do you need when you go into like a professional audition? Like, I know like a monologue, but like what sorts of monologues do you use or things like that? And then do you suggest wait till after college to get things started, or like try and do things, small things now?
Are you doing theater now?
No, I'm not doing theater here, but I might consider doing theater.
absolutely do theater. Theater usually requires, depends on what it is, like some theater troupes require a monologue, one drama, one comedy, maybe they do classic. Or if there's an actual role for play, it's going to be the sides from the part. And that's pretty much the same thing with a TV or a film job. It's going to be a part with some sides. Usually an agency might have you do something in the room when you go with the agency, or they might see something on tape. It's usually better. I don't recommend auditioning for agents in their office because it's not really the best way to perform. You want to be on stage. So you want to get in a play and invite people to come see it.
Can you just, I suspect they don't know what sides are, so can you talk about sides?
Oh, sides are, you know, you have a script for the entire piece, and sides are, they'll send you like maybe 10 pages or less or more, a little more, of the character that you're trying out for. And there'll be scenes, and usually, you know, the casting director will play that character opposite you. And you'll read.
It's parts of a script. And you can go to actorsaccess.com, and then you can get samples of what sides are. And then also you can register, and you can start auditioning through actorsaccess.com. And be careful though with the audition.
And one thing I would say, you know, not everyone believes in walking into the room without their sides, but I've always believed in, you know, before you go into the audition, think of what you can do that's going to set you aside from everybody else. So when you do walk in the audition knowing your sides, you know, the casting director kind of looks at you like, you know, so I would recommend, you know, if you're going to start doing this, and you said, should you start now? If you want to start now, I would say absolutely start now.
And I really feel like it's my purpose to thrive in acting on film and television. And I was just wondering if there are roles, you know, especially in the beginning, roles that you would turn down because they're degrading or they don't give you as much recognition, or would you just take everything, I guess?
No, be selective.
Don't be selective.
Be selective. Most definitely. If you don't compromise yourself, you have morals and values, and stay true to those. There's been roles where it's been partial nudity, and it may be on Entourage, and if I know I'm going to be on Entourage, I may blow up because they have so many viewers watching, but I said no. And then I just turned down something from Melrose Place. And of course, my agents were upset at me a couple of weeks ago because I felt like I was compromising myself for the role. So you got to be selective, and then everything will fall into place and come.
Erica, a question. Are you saying that now because you have consistent work?
No. Before anybody knew me on Lincoln Heights, I turned down projects because I said, you know what, people like Hattie McDaniels fought for us to be at a certain place and not play the maid all the time or the hooker all the time. I don't want to compromise myself, and I'll wait for that one role. So whether somebody knows you or they don't feel desperate like you have to take everything if it's going to be on 90210 or whatever. You know, and it's not always about the fame and the fame and the notoriety.
Well, I just want to kind of add a little something different. I think you have to define for yourself, you know, where your personal integrity lines are and what you're willing to do. Because I have friends who won't do roles that have cursing in it, and they won't play those parts. You know, just because a character has a particular addiction or problem doesn't mean a character is not worthwhile to play and doesn't have a story to be told. Because one of the things that I strive to do when I play those characters that have been beat down by life is to bring some human integrity to them so that they're not stereotypes, so that we can really feel the pain that people go through.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Smith, and I've been living in Atlanta for about 5 years. And I've been trying to stay in this area because my mom, I know for a fact she's not going to send me to LA or anything to help me to really get some good audition experience. So is it possible to stay here, work in this area with the agencies and still be able to get major roles?
Absolutely. You know, actually, I knew a girl in Mississippi who was, she wasn't a cousin of mine. You know how you got friends of friends, maybe, but not. But so she wanted to come to LA, and she caught me on a bad day. She called me in LA, and I was like, girl, don't go to LA. Just stay in Jackson, grow where you're planted, stay. She was in like Tupelo, some crazy town in Mississippi. So, and I'm like, there's somebody there doing something. You work it out. You get on stage and see what you can find. And she got into the theater and she started doing plays. And then she started doing, I think, industrials. And then she got hooked up with stuff in Atlanta, and she was doing commercials, she was making money. So then when she moved to LA, she had tape, she had cash, she had experience, and she had a real knowledge that she knew she wanted to do this. And she had already proved that she could do it. So you can definitely grow where, if she was doing it in Mississippi, you can most certainly do it in Atlanta. You can most certainly do it, and you can start today. And you can always make the jump ship and move to Los Angeles whenever you feel like you're ready. But there's no reason you can't walk out of this place and get on the phone 1 to 3 today and start making things happen. It absolutely, there's nothing stopping you right here today. And the experience is invaluable because you're comfortable here. This is your home, and it's important.
Thank you very much. Erica, Nikki, Ryan, fabulous. Thank you. Please support them. Lincoln Heights airs
Monday night, 8 o'clock, 7 Central, ABC Family.